All right, thanks for joining us on this Friday. Right now, we start this half hour off with a Fox Business Alert. The FCC, Federal Communications Commission, has approved yesterday new sweeping regulations giving the government more control over the Internet. But a new report suggests that decision may have been bought.
Interesting. Here to explain it all from our sister network, Fox Business, is Stuart Varney. Okay, so what do you mean by that? It may have been bought?
The Media Research Center has found two groups which have provided enormous amounts of money to groups who want government control of the Internet. For years, they've been funding these groups which have pushed very, very hard for a government takeover, essentially, a government takeover of the Internet, like and now they've got it.
Like the phone company used to have?
Very similar, exactly similar, yes.
Treating the Internet like a utility.
Yes, that's basically it. Government, in the future, you will have to go to the government. You'll have to go to a bureaucrat. You'll have to go to a lawyer if you want to change things on the Internet, to innovate or to change pricing policy. If you want to make things move on the Internet, you have to ask permission of the government.
And so many people are upset about this because since the get-go, since Al Gore invented it, it's been the wild, wild west. Just competition, free enterprise, that's worked, and now the government's got its mitts on it.
It works. At the moment, the Internet is run according to the wishes of us, we consumers.
Okay.
In the future, it's going to be run by politicians. It's going to be politicized.
All right, who got it?
Who's paying?
Okay, two groups in particular. The George Soros-funded group Open Society Foundation.
Wait, George Soros?
I repeat the name, George Soros.
Okay.
And I always get worried when George Soros is pushing for something because I don't think he's in my interests. Second group, the Ford Foundation. You take the two of them together and you've got just under $200 million provided by these two groups to other groups which are pushing for government control of the Internet. It's not exactly a plot, but it's certainly influenced by big money liberals pushing for, again, I keep getting back to this, it's government control of the Internet. That's what's going on
You know when
here.
people come back and they say, hey, wait a second, it's not right that you could pay more and get higher speeds and faster Internet. They want to level the playing field for everybody.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just comparing on the other side.
But what is wrong with that?
To pay more to get more.
Why should a government bureaucrat decide what you've got to pay and how you can innovate? Why should we go to the government? These new rules suggest that broadband providers will be barred from unjust and unreasonable practices. Who says what's unjust?
Well,
who says what is unreasonable?
Maybe those with the money behind it say,
Precisely.
eventually.
Why does Twitter want it?
Exactly.
Why does Twitter want this thing passed? I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, I think they're going to get bitten in the future because they don't quite know where this thing is going.
You know, now that you have revealed that George Soros' money was behind this, that makes sense because nobody had actually seen what was in it until they voted on it yesterday.
That reminds me.
No, I know. You've got to pass it before we can actually read it.
But you're right, Steve, yes. There's supposed to be 332 pages of rules, which we have not seen. Yep. The FCC voted on it. 5 unelected people voted on it and said, yes, we accept these rules, but we haven't seen the rules on party lines.
You know, the good news is apparently under this I've heard that we're going to have Internet the speed of what they've got in Europe, which apparently is not good.
What-de-do, I can't wait.
Go back to dial-up.
If you want to watch Stuart over on Fox Business, please do. It's a very popular program. Just go to foxbusiness.com/channel finder, and there you will find Stuart Varney.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Great to see you, Stuart. And now we'll turn to